Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Who am I speaking to now?
Who do you want to speak to?
Well, I just wanted some advice, really.
Yeah, well, you're speaking to the guy who can give it to you.
Okay, that's fantastic. Basically, my son got married to a girl from India.
Yep.
2015.
Yep.
We went over 2014.
Yeah.
He's got very, very moderate learning difficulties.
Okay.
So we didn't, at that time, the parents were saying, oh, shall we just get them registered? I said, no, I want my son to sort of get to know you first.
Yep.
So, which we didn't. We just did a ring ceremony. So they got to know each other for about a whole year.
Yep.
And she was quite aware of his disability. He's got learning difficulties, but he's quite, he's fine otherwise.
Yep.
Anyway, so they've got a brother with learning difficulties as well. So I think he's got MS. But anyway, cut a long story short, we went over 2015, got them married. She came within 4 weeks because I did all the paperwork from here before I went over.
Yeah.
Actually, to be honest with you, I did go to see Mr. Hijab and asked him if it's okay for us to go over because my son's paperwork, I just wanted to make sure. I didn't want to go and waste my time. I didn't want to put any girl in that jeopardy of like going and getting married and then
she came over, yeah?
And so I had her interest in heart as well, not just my son's, but I had her interest in heart. And anyway, she came over and she was just a nasty piece of work. She wouldn't let my son. I didn't know all this because we're very naive and we're very, we just don't know the rules and the regulations. I just thought, let them get on with it. Let them just, if they've got teething problems, hopefully it'll be all right. Yeah. Anyway, 16 months went by. She wouldn't really let him touch her. I did take them to the GP and she just made out that he couldn't sexually do anything with her.
Yeah, couldn't have any relationship with her.
Obviously the GP said, no, they can, but he needs a helping hand.
Right.
But she just didn't want to give that helping hand, basically.
Right.
Anyway, so cut a long story short, like I said, so we found out that she started making allegations against him. We didn't know what allegations, so we took it upon ourselves. I did ring Mr. Hijab at that time, paid him £20 over the phone or £25 to ask his advice. He just said, just if there's nothing on your son's name, just don't let her back in the house. And that's what we did. We didn't let her back in the house. And after that, she made allegations to say he raped her. It took us 18 months to get over it all because the police realised that she was lying. And the case was all dropped after 18 months. My son wasn't interviewed at all. I wasn't interviewed. My daughters wasn't interviewed. So they just dropped the case.
Yeah, well, no one went to court, right?
No. Nothing went to court. It didn't even go to CPS.
This is why I said don't let them in the house, because if she'd made that allegation, and your son and the daughter and her had been alone in the house, then it probably would have gone to court.
That's right. Yeah.
You're speaking to Hijab now, by the way.
Am I?
You've been speaking to him for the last 10 minutes. Carry on.
Oh, okay. Because I'm watching you on TV.
Yeah.
I'm watching you on TV.
Right.
Okay, sorry. And then basically...
This is why we always say, look, when a marriage breaks down, then if it's finished and you think that this is over, then the best thing is to keep the husband and wife separate, because then these allegations start surfacing out of all of a sudden. I've seen cases where a husband and wife have been on their own in the house, and one of the parties has cut him or herself with a knife and blamed it on the other person.
I've heard of things like that.
Yeah, so that's why if it's over, then the best thing, that's why I said, look, don't let anyone in the house. If it's over, you're not going to keep her in,
You did. First of all, you asked me that, has your son got anything on his name? If he's got nothing.
Because then you know what's going to happen. They're going to make a claim on the properties and everything.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. You were right in that way. So we never let her back in the house.
Right.
And
but she still made the allegation anyway, right?
She still went ahead because where she was staying with people that are from India anyway. So they know all this sort of system type of thing. Wow. We don't. Like I said, we went in full-heartedly, told her everything, told her the score. Actually, kept her with me for about a week and a half while I was in India to make sure she was happy with my son, because he's got speech and language problems. But otherwise, he goes to work. He goes, I did come to see you first. Yeah. Because I thought, I don't want to go and start all this business.
No. People with disabilities, they get special dispensation for calling people over.
So she came over, like I said, within 4 weeks. But she wouldn't really let him touch her, and she wouldn't let him kiss her or anything like that.
That's when the alarm bells need to start ringing.
But I didn't, honest to God, I just thought, like, maybe it's going to take time, maybe she needs
Or maybe it was you as a mum just wishing, I hope it really works out and I hope it goes on.
Yeah. Because we put so much effort into it.
Do you know and when you're like thinking with your heart and not with your head, you become deluded in a way. It takes over all your rational thinking. So
it does.
So you begin to start hoping for stuff, which now you look at hindsight and think, well, hold on, why did I do that? Why didn't I just stop it there and then,
I just think now, what my question is really is because she's obviously, like I said, the detectives, there was 2 detectives, one interviewed her and one was more with her, and then that detective left, and then the second one came on the case, and she was really good. To be honest with you, she gave me her PC number, she gave me everything and said, look, if you want to send this to immigration, which I did, I sent a number of letters to immigration. As soon as the marriage broke, we notified them straight away, sent a letter, put the date on, told them, sent everything basically, the way it said on the website. And you told me that as well, that you need to tell them that the marriage is over, blah, 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 which I did. And after that, I must have sent about another 6 letters because we weren't really getting anything back.
They don't really respond that much,
No, and I didn't know where we stood because obviously for me, it was like I wanted to send her back. I don't want to.
And remember, I did tell you, look, sending her back is not in your control.
Yes, you did.
I told you, I said, look, get it out your head that you can't send her back. You might have brought her over, but you need to get that out of your head that you can't send her back because otherwise you're going to go mad thinking about it. That's a battle between her and immigration, not between you.
Right. So is there anything that I can basically
you're going to say, right, is can we get her sent back, right?
Yeah.
Right, not in your control. I'll tell you the same thing that I told you a few years ago.
Well, we just found out because I live in Leicester and she was in Luton all those 2 years when she left our house. But now we found out she's just got married to a Fodgy here in Leicester. And I know because obviously it's nearly coming to 5 years next year. And obviously she must want to try for a baby or something now, innit? Because that's the only thing I can think of. But
so she didn't get a visa then?
I really don't know. That's my query
you don't know.
It's on my doorstep.
Well, there's only one way to find out if she did get a visa or not. Has she been back to India in the last 5 years?
Yeah.
She has? Right, then she probably got a visa.
She went last year, September.
Right, and she came back over in about 2 or 3 weeks?
She came back within the 3 weeks or something.
Yeah, then she would have a visa.
Really?
Yeah, because otherwise you can't, if you're illegal, you can't do that, right?
That's right, that's what I was thinking. I'm thinking, how can she go to India and come back?
Yeah, and this route is being abused, and the government are reviewing it. The domestic violence route, we get a lot of cases where, just like yourself, where girls come over or boys come over and they claim they've been a victim of domestic violence when they haven't. Even the police are aware of it. The police probably told you, look, we get a lot of cases like this, we're aware of it, but we have to investigate it. It's our duty, right?
Yeah, they did say that to me. They said, oh, you know what, Mrs. Moore, we know that she's not, what you said matches up to your medical records. What she said hasn't. But because it's a serious allegation, we have to see it through.
Yeah. Do you know the only way to, there's 2 bits of advice for you now, right? One is to move on. You can't send her back. That's not in your power, even though you brought her over. Secondly, don't get your kids married in India if this is the case. Yeah. You're not the only one this has happened to. I get 3 or 4 cases like this a week.
Honestly, I just like...
I had one today, same sort of circumstances.
I think
it's going to come to a stage where ਇੱਥੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਜਿਹੜੇ UK ਵਾਲੇ ਆ ਨਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਵਿਆਹਣੋਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਹਟ ਜਾਣਾ ਔਰ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਇਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ every year is less and less weddings ਲੋਕ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਰਹਿ ਲਾਂਗੇ ਪਰ ਹੁਣ ਇਹ ਆਹ ਕੰਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ because ਜੋ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਅਬਿਊਜ਼ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਇੱਕ ਨਾਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਈ ਜੀ ਇਹ ਮੇਰਾ ਖਿਆਲ 5-6 ਕੇਸ ਹਫਤੇ ਦੇ ਇਦਾਂ ਦੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਕੁੜੀ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਫਿਰ ਝੂਠੇ ਇਲਜ਼ਾਮ ਲਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਕਈਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਸਹੀ ਵੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਬਣੀ ਹੋਈ it's meant for the people who are genuinely in trouble but it gets abused like every system.
I can understand if it is genuine because there are some bad boys.
Yeah, of course there are. Yeah,
there, you know, but because we had all the evidence and we had everyone, we had people backing up. People used to see her shouting to Chan, telling him off. Even on the bus, we had neighbours knocking my door and saying, "Suki,
do you know what? Do you know what? Right, okay. And I'm not being like, you know, you're going to think I'm being harsh now, but
no.
Right, but you know what? When your son told you that, Mum, I've got no physical relation with my wife, that should have rang alarm bells. But you, in your, you know, your blind hope, कि नहीं ठीक हो जाना ठीक है मैं मुंडा फिर किथे ब्याहूंगी चलो ब्याहो तो हैगे आ. You do all of that. I know the thought process. I see enough parents go through it, but that's wrong. You know, अपने तुसी heart ना सोच के you begin to disregard what your head says, and what your head says, it tells you the right thing. Now you sit back with your thanda damag and think about it, you're probably thinking, oh my God, I wasted 10-11 months.
Well, I am. I'm going through counselling because it's affected me so bad.
Well, you know what? You had all of this period, and you had the indicators, and God was trying to send a message. The universe was sending you a message. You just ignored them. You're telling me now other people are coming and telling you on the train and bus, yeah, I had
loads of people.
Yeah,
I just kept saying, hope it works.
Yeah, well, this is good, doing a lot of this, but unfortunately, it doesn't solve a lot of practical problems. Hannah, this is just burying your head in the sand and just praying for the right thing. When this is all right, your son needed support then. If anything, he needed a helping hand then. That he needed a support. He was telling you, Mum, this is a situation, and that's when Mum should have acted. Hannah, if Mum's good enough and big enough to take him to India and think, "Eda biyah kar dama," Hannah, the Mum needs to step in at other times as well.
No, you're right. It's just like you said, you know, now sitting back and reflecting on things, you know.
No, hindsight's a great thing, but this is a great lesson for other people going through the same thing. That look, don't hesitate, don't wait. If something goes wrong, ਸਿਆਣੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਨਾ ਜਦੋਂ ਤੇੜੇ ਪੈ ਜਾਵੇ ਸ਼ੀਸ਼ੇ 'ਚ ਤਾਂ ਮਿਟਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਿੰਨੇ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਰੱਬ ਕਰੀ ਜਾਓ ਘਸਾਈ ਜਾਓ ਉਹਨੂੰ polish ਕਰੀ ਜਾਓ. And that's it, you know, and you could see straight away there's no reason why a happy couple wouldn't enter into any physical relationships. There's no reason why she'd be distant. There's no reason why she would make excuses. You just gave her time to play her game.
It's just like now, it's just like in our face, and you know, feel a mug really.
Yeah, it's going to be in your face, but this is why you've got to get over it, and you've got to get over this. And the divorce probably has all happened. Forget it. Put it down as a bad experience. Don't be bitter about it. Don't spend the next 20 years or so of your life being bitter about it.
The funny thing is, Hajab, she's not got the divorce yet because I rang the solicitor. I mean, she's just done the fere.
Yeah, well, that's it, because the fere aren't recognised in law, you see.
Yeah, no, she's just done the fere, but not legally married the British, you know, the legal way.
And why get the divorce? Get it over and done with. You don't want someone like that associated with your son.
No.
Get it over.
Thank you so much.
And move on. Do you know what, Mrs. Moore, I'm not being, but you know what, you're going to get nothing out of this. If you're going to dig deep in this, all you're going to get is dirty. So, you know, put it down to a bad experience. Someone dooja nu akal deo.
Yeah.
And it always happens in like these sort of situations. Marriage is never a cure for anything. Never.
I think it was just like the hope, you know, thinking I did it the right way, you know, left it for a year so they can get to know each other, blah, blah, blah. But
you know, if she had learning disabilities, then perhaps it might have been a bit of a better match, but...
Well, we were, you know, this is what we were looking for, but because this girl had a brother with learning disabilities...
No, but that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything, Hannah?
True. It's a lesson to learn.
It's a lesson to learn, yeah. A lesson to learn. I'm sorry it happened with you, but you know what? There's a good thing to it. The good thing is your kid isn't in jail.
Yeah. Oh, God, yes. I know the positives.
Yeah, there's so many positives. You know, you didn't lose any property over it.
Yeah.
She's out of your house.
Definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
she's out of your lives. All right, so you might see her about here and then, but good riddance to her.
Yeah.
Hannah?
No children, at least. I mean, I know she didn't let him touch her, but, you know,
Oh, if she'd had 2 kids and then not let your son see the kids, he would have lost the plot by now.
Of course, of course.
And not only that, you would have as well as grandparents.
Yeah.
And grandparents, they rates nahi hunde ajkal.
Of course.
So yeah, so it could be a lot worse. And there's a lot worse situations. Do you know what? Let's get over this now. How many years has it been?
Altogether, from when we've seen her to now, 6 years.
Right. And those 6 years you've been ducky, you've beat yourself up over it. Yeah, you're going to see a counsellor. You probably cried, wasted tears, money. Do you know what? Enough
and
now.
My health has deteriorated.
Yeah, and do you know what? Let's look forward. Let's look to the positives.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, look to the positives. Don't worry. And like I said, it's a vicious circle. ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਕਰਨੀ ਉਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਇਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ the people who do the ਧੋਖੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਧੋਖੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ and you'll be surprised 3 years later they're on my doorstep saying ਹਰਜਾਪ ਮੇਰੇ ਪ੍ਰਾਹੁਣੇ ਨੇ ਇਦਾਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਲੋਂ ਛੱਡ ਗਿਆ ਨਿਆਣਾ ਕਰਕੇ and I'm like, well, hold on, ਤੂੰ ਵੀ ਵਿਆਹ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ ਆ ਕੇ ਛੱਡਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ and ਫਿਰ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਜਵਾਬ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਫਿਰ ਭਾਜੀ ਮਾੜਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ that's how the way the chain works.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope karma. I hope what she's done to us.
Yeah.
You know, I've got no nasty.
Do you know what they say?
Body.
Do you know what they say? And they say karma is a bitch. Yeah? But let me tell you something. Karma isn't a bitch. It's a mirror. You get what you put back, what you put in. It's a reflection of yourself. You get what you are. Karma's a mirror.
I hope so.
It will be.
I was gonna approach you at the 80s gig.
Oh, there you go.
Weeks ago.
Yeah.
You were there, and I thought.
No, I was, yeah. I don't know what advice I would have given you. I probably would have said vodka and lemonade. But
I thought, oh, this is not the time and place.
No, I definitely wouldn't have been a time and a place.
No. Oh, thank you so much. At least you made me laugh.
Yeah. Listen, and let's look forward. Let's be positive.
Thank you.
Forget it. Let's not look back now. We've done with looking back. Let's not look back. We're not going that way anymore. We're going forward.
As much as I did. Well, like I said, karma. Thank you so much.
Yeah, leave that to karma. It's a mirror.
Thank you so much.
Okay, take care.
Take care. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye. ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਦੇਖੋ ਜੀ ਜੈਸੇ ਕਰਨੀ ਵੈਸੇ ਪਾਣੀ ਸੋ ਹੁਣ ਕੀ ਕਰ ਸਕੀਏ ਬਸ ਇੱਕ ਚੀਜ਼ ਮੈਂ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਇਹ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵਿਆਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤੱਤ ਭੜਕੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਨਾ ਕਰਿਓ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਔਰ ਇੱਕ ਦਿਨ ਆਊਗਾ ਮੇਰੀ ਗੱਲ ਮੰਨਿਓ ਇਕੱਲੇ ਇੰਗਲੈਂਡ 'ਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਕੰਮ ਹੋਏ ਆ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵਿਆਹ ਕਰਕੇ ਝੱਟ ਪੱਕੇ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਵੀ ਆ ਐਲੀਗੇਸ਼ਨ ਲਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਇਹ ਏਦਾਂ ਚੱਕਰ ਚੱਲਣਾ ਆ ਇੱਕ ਦਿਨ ਹੋਏ ਨਾ ਕਿ ਇੰਗਲੈਂਡ ਤੇ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਵਿਆਹਣੋਂ ਹੀ ਹਟਿਆ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਛੱਡ ਪਰੇ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਪੋਲਿਸ਼ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਨਾਲ ਵਿਆਹ ਕਰਦੇ 2 ਨਿਆਣੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਤਾਂ ਹੈਗੇ ਟਿਕੇ ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਵਧੀਆ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਤਾਂ ਬਣਾਈਓ ਆਪਾਂ ਬਸ ਭਟਕੇ ਆ ਸੁੱਖ ਲੱਭਦੇ ਇੰਨੇ ਦੁੱਖ ਤੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਨਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਉਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਠੀਕ ਸੀ ਚਲੋ ਜੀ ਘਰ ਦੀ ਕਹਾਣੀ ਹੈ ਘਰ ਦੀ ਕਹਾਣੀ ਆ ਚਲੋ ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਹੁਣ ਕਰਮਾਂ ਦਾ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਕਿਤਾਬ ਕਰਕੇ ਆਉਣਾ ਤਾਂ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਬ੍ਰੇਕ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ